Everybody, and welcome to Dot to Dot. Well, today I'm going to show you a new discovery on Oak Island. It's a stone landmark on the southeast side of the island, and this is basically was brought to my attention by John Stemmer, who runs the Quest of Oak Island Facebook page and YouTube channel, and he put up a video, and I'll show you this video here. This video shows the stone in question. And here, let me back up a little bit. And here's the stone. Now, this footage is taken by what's called a drone, high resolution, uh, very expensive drone, actually, called Osprey Muon. And it's basically exclusive to John Stemmer. And look at this resolution here that this gives. Now this stone here, I'll pause it. Look at this stone. It looks like it has two flat sides. It has a flat side here and a flat side here. I don't know how big it is, how tall, possibly maybe 3 feet high or something. You can see these flowers down here. I don't know how big it is, but it is very visible from the drone. You can see right here, it's gives you a little bit. It looks pretty big actually compared to these stones. Now, Oak Island has the team at Oak Island has been placing these stones along the water's edge here. Possibly that's how they discovered this. Um, I'm really doubtful that it was placed there by them because of what I'm going to show you in just a minute. So let's go to Google Earth, and I'll show you what John Stemmer, he contacted me to make some sense of this. And the sense that it makes to me is through the 1937 survey. Now, the 1937 survey was done by Gilbert Hedden, and he at that time was excavating the Money Pit area, and he's basically taking credit for the stone triangle, the discovery of the stone triangle. However, there is reports that it was Captain Welling during the chapel vault or the chapel shaft excavation that it was actually found, and it was Hedden that basically took the stone triangle and started studying that along with the drilled rocks that are on Oak Island. And there's two drilled rocks here. Actually, there's more than two, but these are the ones that are most significant in this 1937 survey. And what this does, and now I had to locate this stone here, and here's the tree in question. And let me put up I did an overlay of the drone footage, and here's when I overlay this picture onto the Google Earth, notice that there's a tree right here. It's right next to a tree. So I believe that that tree is this tree right here, and you can almost see sort of a white area here. Maybe that stone's reflecting a little bit. So this is the position that I think it is on Oak Island. And this position is directly due south from the drilled rock on the 1937 survey. Now, one of the things about the drilled rock on the 1937 survey is they noted that here is a due west line. And notice it goes to this rock station on the survey, but this due west line with this angle here is approximately 7 degrees. Now, this 7 degrees is also the 7 degrees that was also marked on the stone triangle. And the stone triangle you can see here, I'll open this up here. This is a picture of, or a diagram that was done by this. I don't know who this was done by, but this is shows the 7 degrees that is to the drilled rock, and also the 7-degree angle that comes off of the stone triangle. So there's another feature that not very many people know of on Oak Island, and that is what's called Mallin's Triangle. Now, Mallin's Triangle was discovered in 1972 by a person called P.J. Mallin, and the position was described as being approximately 480 feet southeast of the Money Pit in a wooded area, and it was all covered in moss. And this comes from the Fronois book, The Mystery, the Money Pit Mystery. And also, there was a picture that was drawn by, this is drawn by Chappell in 1975 during an interview that he gave. And this is the dimensions of the Mallin Triangle. Notice it's 6 feet, 3 stones, 6 feet. And there's a stone right here in the middle. They didn't know the dimensions, but the dimension up here was this 16 feet from the base of that to there. Now, this was interesting because we didn't know what the 16-foot, why it was so far away. This is much farther than would be on the stone triangle. But this is the stone triangle, that supposed second stone triangle that was found on Oak Island. And when you put this stone, what I'm calling the South Stone, and you put it in this position, it gives you, through that 16-foot stone right here, it gives you a position that goes right to the stone triangle. So what you have here is you have a north drilled rock with a 7-degree angle going southwest to the drilled rock. And then you have the South Stone and a 7-degree angle going through the top stone in Mallin's Triangle to the stone triangle. So I find it interesting that this 7 degrees is also matching up with the 7 degrees on the north side and the 7 degrees of the south that goes from the stone triangle to this position right here. And this is actually the position that is close to, uh, if not pretty right on, the entrance in the 522 entrance for the vault theory. This is where where you enter the tunnel that goes to the vault, goes to La Hampe and then to the vault. So this is very interesting. I think that the South Stone here, and I'll put that overlay on there again. Let's see. The South Stone is, I mean, it looks very, almost brand new. It doesn't have much patina. It's not moss covered. I don't know what's going on with this. Here's a close up of it, and you can see, I don't know how deep underground it looks it's going, but it is, pretty much looks like it's supported by other rocks. I don't know if they did this on Oak Island. I don't know if this is going to be on the next season or not, but it is definitely, it conforms to the geometry that comes out of the 1937 survey. It is completely, to my best estimation, due south of the drilled rock right here. And along with Mallin's Triangle, it creates a 7-degree, just like at the top there, 7-degree angle that takes you to the stone triangle. It's also due east from the South Stone. If you see, it goes due east to the top of this Mallon's Triangle. And this Mallon's Triangle also gives vectors to the Rose Stone, which is what I call the large boulder on the 1937 survey. And it also gives vectors to the drilled rock. And these are equal angles. And this is a true north heading that goes to the what Hedden called the 30 rod point, and this is a basically a point of where uh, this distance from the 30-yard rod point to here is 7 rods in distance to here, and it creates this angle which is 30 rods to the stone triangle. So this is all part of the 1937 survey, and basically giving you the coordinates to the stone triangle and the drilled rock. Now, what the purpose of these drilled rocks and everything is controversial. You know, some people, I think it's to find the location right here, but some people have said that they were survey lines to basically position drainage gates. This is what Mallon's theory was, to position drainage gates that were part of the flood tunnel system. So that's what I have for you today on this new feature on Oak Island. I'm calling it the South Stone. It's really interesting the way it lines up with things. I'll leave a link in the description for that video. You can check out John Stemmer's uh, Quest of Oak Island YouTube channel. He's got a lot of content in there, very well presented. He has a great podcast. If you haven't already, you should look into it. So like and subscribe to both our channels, and we'll talk to you later.